like 6 o'clock in the morning, the eve before 420, and we are at UPN 50 and CBS 62 because this morning we're going to be on the 62 CBS Morning Show to talk about cannabis. And it's kind of weird because actually I used to be the sports anchor here at UPN 50 and CBS 62 20 years ago. So I'm going back to my roots, man. This is where I grew up doing television, so I'm going back home. Let's go check this out and talk about cannabis.
Oh, have a good morning.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, coming up here pretty quick, Jerry. Instructions. All right, stand by. Here we go.
You're watching CBS News Detroit.
Welcome back. The unofficial cannabis holiday of 420 is tomorrow. And for those of you who may have celebrated a few decades ago, the product and stigma around it has changed dramatically in recent years. Joining us today is Jerry Millen from the Greenhouse of Walled Lake. Thanks a lot for coming in.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pleasure to be here,
Hey,
nice and early.
Good to see you. Why don't you talk a little bit about this stigma that, you know, weed smoking used to have or weed consumption used to have to where it is now and how it's evolved over the years?
Totally changed. You know, 420 is a holiday that typically was for stoners type of thing, and that's changing because now it's a real industry. You know, we have legalized cannabis in Michigan, which I'm so happy for, but it's changed. You know, you just don't smoke weed anymore. There's edibles, there's tinctures, there's rubs, a lot of ways to ingest it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of products. What kind of products are you seeing move the most?
You know, we still move a lot of flower because people like to smoke, but the edibles, especially for sleep, you know, there's a cannabinoid called CBN, and actually I used to work here at CBS 62 and UPN 50, and I went to Japan, and I have a problem sleeping because of jet lag. And they have a CBN THC gummy. CBN is a cannabinoid for sleep and for pain, and it works phenomenal for sleep. And we have pain medication, basically, and rubs. And it's just a way of ingesting it has changed so much. And that stigma's wearing off because our average customer at the Greenhouse, believe it or not, is 44 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say about that. People often think, you know, they associate, cannabis products with younger people, but that's not the case. So why is it that people, you know, 44 average age, obviously,
and
older
women,
people,
a lot of women,
seniors,
about 60%, 70% women.
Why are they coming over to, get these cannabis products?
You know, I think people are sick of pharmaceuticals. Let's be honest. This is a plant. In my opinion, after all the education I've gotten over the past 20 years, leaving news, it's a plant-based medicine, and it's never really hurt anybody. Yeah. You know, it's not a pharmaceutical, and a lot of people get relief. I used to be against it. When I was on the air, I didn't use cannabis at all, and then started using it and meeting people and senior citizens and veterans and people dying of cancer, and I'm like, how is this illegal? This helps people. I watch children with seizures go from 300 to 2 a month, and I'm like, how is this illegal? This helps people. Everything in moderation. Of course, you can use it recreationally and takes anxiety away, but at the end of the day, it really does help people.
So we've seen the legalization in numerous states over the last couple of years. Where are we headed with that, in your opinion?
This will be federally legal. There's so much revenue that we know the government cares more about revenue than our health, I believe, but there's so much revenue in cannabis that they can't ignore it. And the health benefits every day. There's new studies being done. Israel's a big leader in cannabis education and research. You're going to see it change. You know, the FDA said there's no medical value for marijuana. But last year, they approved a drug called Epidurex. It's an epilepsy medicine. About $35,000 a year if you wanted to give that to your child for epilepsy. Yeah. The same product in a cannabis product is probably $2,000 a year. It comes down to money. It will be federally legal. It's a good product.
Now let's talk about tomorrow, 420 Day. I mean, years ago, 420 Day, like people used to, you know, gather in front of the, ledge buildings and, light up. Is 420 Day, it is still necessary to get the word out, or has it kind of changed what word you're getting out?
You know, I read an article a couple years ago, and they're right. 420 was a big national holiday, and we got all these negative stereotypes, Cheech and Chong, Snoop Doggy Dogg, get high. But it's evolved, and 420 is becoming less and less like a weed holiday, and it's basically a sale day. We give everything away. Tomorrow at the Greenhouse, we have a coffee truck, so we have free coffee, donuts, lattes, beautiful coffee truck. Come into a dispensary. Come into the Greenhouse, because we do it different. We cater to adults. Because that's what's important. I don't cater to kids. Kids shouldn't use weed. Your brain's not fully developed until 25. We cater to adults. And tomorrow, it's going to be a big party. We're giving free cannabis away, huge deals. It's like our Black Friday. But I take cannabis very serious. And we do the 420 celebrations and stuff, but every day at the Greenhouse, we educate people. And that's what's important. That's what's going to change cannabis to the mainstream. It's all about education, man.
Yeah, you said Cheech and Chong. I haven't thought of them in a while. That's a flashback.
They're still around, believe it or not. They're having a second resurgence.
Well, if people are at Walled Lake, where do they go?
Corner of Walled Lake and Pontiac Trail, greenhousemi.com. Come by tomorrow. It's going to be a party. I'll be there we open at 9. I'll be there at 6. Come grab some free coffee and donuts and some great cannabis and education. We have great bud tenders, great staff. We will educate you. Get educated on cannabis. If you need sleep, these Juanas right here.
Plenty
I'm
of
telling
products.
you right now.
That's right. All right,
Yep.
thanks a lot for dropping
No
by
problem.
and
Thank
telling
you
us
for
about
having
it.
us. I
Really
appreciate
appreciate it.
Troy, right now, let's get a look at that next weather forecast. See where we're headed this Friday.
An ugly start for sure, but a beautiful ending to the day. Looks like a lot of sunshine, even at the noon hour. It's going to turn out to be nice.